Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, if I could do like them kids used to do, or like they do now, just playing with the sounds. Oh yeah, fuck.
What's happening here? Wow.
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's going on, man? Today is Wednesday, April 5th, and I am so damn blessed and happy. How y'all doing today?
Hey man, I'll be lame if I ain't follow it up with I feel great.
Ooh, what about you, Jess? How you feeling? All right, I love it. I love the energy already. Oh man, today's topic is going to be really good. It's going to be interesting. We're going to speak about what should/could be versus reality. A lot of people are really delusional on what they expect. So let's get into it. What's up, Omar?
What's going on, man? What's going on, boy? What's going on?
I know you was hyped to get over here, man.
You understand me?
I feel you.
You understand me? Because boy, people expectations is through the roof.
Oh, all the time. I mean, you know, we have these times where everybody is riding off the high of thinking that, you know, they deserve everything that's, you know, that comes to mind. If they want something, if they feel like it's supposed to come to them, you better provide. If you don't, then it's like, oh hell nah, this ain't realistic to them. So expectations can really destroy a lot of relationships, whether it comes to friendships, whether it comes to, you know, intimate relationships, whether it comes to just family. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Man, I love this topic, man, because a lot of people always talk about it should be. It ain't supposed to be that way. Like they ain't been living in reality their whole life.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
They got this fake imaginary tale movie storyline.
Like for real though, man.
But where does that really come from though? Like who? You think movies? I mean, come on now. I mean, I'm an 80s baby, so movies, yeah, you can get like really caught in them. You want to watch it. You want to say, you know, shit, this is really good. Like you want to be like part of that action scene, part of that love scene. But it's not realistic. We don't take it to heart to be like, man, that's just how things supposed to be. At least the people who are not crazy.
Nah, man, look, man. Just to be, I'm gonna give an example. On the topic. Like I'm starting to see more and more that there are a lot of people. I'm gonna say people because you know what, man. It's a lot of. I'm gonna challenge me. Set me straight. There's a lot of females, man, that really got this like understanding of, oh man, a real man. First of all, when they go down that road and they start talking about a real man, you know what I'm saying? Before I even a real man, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, first of all, I don't think you're living in reality because you're trying to escape what's really happening, what you're seeing with your natural eyes. Because I'm telling you, you're seeing some real stuff. Okay, what this dude is showing you is some real stuff, and what you're doing is you're saying, "Oh, it should be a real man should." And if I could be honest, man, I know it sounds like I'm beating around the bush, but the truth is, a lot of females don't have a real man example in their life. And if they don't have a real man example in their life, how can they set the expectation of what a real man is? Alright, so get out of here, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna calm down.
I had this thing where I used to talk. I don't know who I used to speak to on it often, but I would always talk about the fact that a woman, if she doesn't have her father, makes a huge difference in her life.
Facts.
And I'm not saying whether or not, you know, if he's the good guy, that's great. You know, if he's the bad guy, you know, it is what it is. But either way, the presence of the man can make a huge difference.
Facts.
So, I mean, and I'm not knocking all women who are out there, but a lot of women without fathers that I've encountered end up being like the wrong type of people. Like, you know what I mean? Like you know, it's not necessarily their fault in a sense, but it's also, you know, something that they have to live to go around. But it's hard to when you don't have that example set in front of you first. So I get what you're saying. But go ahead.
No, it just seemed like their expectation of what a real man is based off of what they want.
Yeah, I
mean, not what has been demonstrated, or what they have observed or what they have experienced.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of things can be. A lot of people can grow from different situations. So you can have an uncle, a woman can have an uncle, a cousin that's older, or even like someone else. Just a male figure to help, guide them. Without the guidance, it makes a huge difference, to be honest with you. At least from what I've seen. I don't know.
Do you feel like a lot of the times if they don't have their father growing up and they don't have a male figure, like, to see what they tend to, like, attach onto, like, different, I don't know how to say it, like, different facades of, like, a figure of how something should be. Does that go?
But look, take it like this.
Does that go off of like you said, like expecting what a real man, like how they have like this fake image of what a real man, like they never
maybe, but what did their mothers lead like? You know what I mean? Like, what did their mothers show them? For example, if it's a single mom, she could school her daughter or school her son to a T. Like, hey, I'm looking out for you because of my experiences. Because if that's done well, you can imagine that person growing up is going to have the right mindset. But who knows? If you have that same mom, whether it's a male or a female, that has in and out men out of their lives.
Come on, bro.
It makes the biggest difference in what that child takes into like what they think about. Like I have. I'm not gonna say I have, but I know people who grew up. I know a set of a family actually who grew up with just their mom, and that shit turned them into the most. I don't even want to describe it to sound like No, it just their attitudes and the way of life is just like so materialistic, and it gives you. And these are guys, they're so materialistic, and whether or not that '80s nigga just came into the house wearing big ass gold chains, being like, "Hey man, what you doing, little nigga?" Like if he was one of those, what if it got that kind of vibe, and then now this nigga want to grow up and get chains because he saw this dude come in and out of his mama house like that. Like, who knows?
Or what about going back to, like, certain women who didn't grow up with their fathers? They require a lot of love and attention that males really don't give. So then they're seeking it from different people, and they're searching around trying to find that, like, fill that void that they were missing growing up, not knowing that they're doing that. So that could be a reason why a lot of their relationships are failing as well. Yeah. They're trying to fill a void that they can't get from somebody else.
Now, this is my thing about that. When it comes to trying to fill a void, this is their idea of what they like, what they want. All right, I could kind of stem over into love languages, and I actually have a different perspective. I've read books and everything on love languages and everything. I have a different perspective as to how love languages should be experienced. All right, and then I'm gonna get back to what you were saying. What the book normally speaks about, or anyone that speaks about love languages or whatever the case may be, they start going into, it's your partner's love language. It's physical touch. That you want to speak your partner's.
Why you gotta go in on physical touch?
You know what I'm saying? You have to speak your partner's. That you better say it twice. Man, you want to speak your partner's love language. If it's the act of service, then you want to. No, let me tell you something. My perspective on that, and then I'm gonna get to. I'm not going to stray away too far. My perspective on that is, if my love language is physical touch, and your love language is act of service. All right. My perspective on this is, and I know people gonna have a problem with this. I demonstrate my love by touching you. Now, in the event that that's not your love language, it's not so much that you can always initiate the way I speak, which is physical touch. but for you to acknowledge that I'm demonstrating that I love you.
That goes to the thing, and I had this in mind. I was thinking about this on my way over here. Like, you know how they always say, "Oh, opposites attract. You should find someone opposite of you." I don't agree with that. You gotta find somebody. You gotta find somebody who has like the same as you, because like you said, your say mine love languages. I don't even know what love languages. Like I know what I think I want, but it's what do I really need? But physical touch. Say yours is physical touch and mine's active service. If I don't know how to understand that that's how you love, and then that's how you give it. And I don't like that. Say if that I don't like that. I don't think that's we're opposite. I don't think that's gonna we're not gonna mesh.
Now this is my thing. Not so much. So it's not so much that you don't like it, right?
Or you gotta learn it. You gotta learn your partner.
You gotta learn.
You gotta be willing to learn them and accept them.
Exactly, which is a perfect segue back into what you were saying about those women that are looking for individuals that want to show that love and that affection. Because what if their love and affection was physical touch, but your love and affection was just cuddling and just doing nothing while watching Netflix.
You got a message.
You know what I'm saying? And so that being said, when you take a look at that, it's for me, and it's my perspective of it. It's for you to understand that, okay, listen, now that I'm doing physical touch, acknowledge, okay, he's demonstrating that he loves me. And then when my significant other is saying, you know what, let's watch Netflix together. I know for a fact that, you know what, her way of demonstrating love is she wants to just sit there, she wants to just cuddle, she just wants to whatever. So now there's a level of understanding. But what we do, what we do is we try to force the individual. Hey, listen, it's physical touch because you ain't touching me, bro. You must don't love me. Oh, because you ain't doing it the way I want it to be done, then, you know what I'm saying? I got a problem with that.
So, real quick, I'm getting a text message. Nah, it's not that. I'm going to read this. I want to read this. But I'm getting a text message that our sound is kind of sounding bad right now, or a little crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to fix it along the way of this conversation. Hopefully I can get it straight. But we just got a message. I don't understand the question, but I do. So this one says, for Jess, it says, what do you look for in a man, and how do you know if it's genuine? You might as well tell him if you're single or not. I don't know who said that, man, but I'm pretty sure you want to know. That dog, boy. This dude trying to shoot a shot.
Is that considered effort?
Not only is that considered effort, you
might as well go ahead and
on Instagram.
Put that on
Instagram, buddy. What's the snap?
I mean, hold on. So that's their number right there that they just put up on there.
You might as well just say call. Hey, you know what, man? Hey, whoever that is, man, call up the number. What's the number?
Nah, that's what could be versus reality. Hell no.
For real though.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What do I look for in a man?
She did the shoulder shimmy, nigga.
You gotta think about it.
We're gonna come back to that. Hey, that's another thing. You know what? I'm gonna piggyback off of that. I'm gonna tell you my perspective as to why that's not a good question. Ain't putting it down. Why that's not a good question during the day? Because I want to talk about what should be versus reality. Reality is, I feel like if an individual like you enough, and you tell them exactly what they want, they are going to do exactly what you want, so that you can like them, and that's not who they really are.
That's not who they really are. That's what I was thinking about.
They play this role to try to get you,
like, okay, I know she likes this and this. How
exactly. And so the reality is that's not who we really are. And so you're trying to fit this. You're trying to fit this checklist of what they think you should be. All right. And that's why I like this topic so much, because in the dating arena or whatever, you want to be who you really are. Let me tell you something. Let me keep this real. If I was single up in today's society, I don't care what nobody else says, because I know that I'm looking for a genuine relationship. The point that I'm actually saying is, it wouldn't be fancy dinners, it wouldn't be all this other stuff. I'm telling you straight up, I'm gonna say, hey, listen, this is what I'm doing, and I want to invite you so that you can catch my vibe.
I'll take that over fancy dinner.
Because like I ain't trying to impress you right now. I'm trying to see if I am the same vibe that you want, or if you like. Let's say we completely different, but you like what I'm showing you. You're getting a new experience. Man, dang, I ain't never been to a jazz club. I would like to go to a jazz club. Yo, I ain't been to a comedy show in a minute. Yo, like that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Versus, just trying to always, hey, I'm about to flew you out.
Flu,
that's what they said. I'm about to flew you out.
I'm gonna jump back. I'm gonna jump in the conversation in a minute. I'm just trying to get this sound correct.
Nah, man, go ahead, dog.
That it's really bad.
Go ahead. But for me, that's why I'm so focused on the reality of the situation versus what should be.
But I feel like that goes back to the opposites attracting. What if we're not the same vibe? We're totally opposite. Yes, it can work. But in my experience, it hasn't.
Why do you think that it
hasn't? Because
worked?
I tend to attract men who aren't really good at like expressing their feelings, or very quiet, like very laid back. And if you know me, like I'm the total opposite. I'm going to express my feelings. You're going to know how I feel because I can't hold stuff in. Like that's not me.
Do you really want a man to express their feelings?
To a certain extent.
You better say that right.
To a certain extent. Like, I want to know how your day is. I want to know how you're feeling. Like, sometimes men are perceived as, like, they're supposed to be the stronger person. So sometimes growing up, men are taught to hold back their feelings because men aren't weak. But men have feelings, too. Mm-hmm, so I feel like if I want to be the perfect woman for you, or if I want to be able to be your woman, like, I got to learn you. I got to really learn how you're feeling. I got to learn how you're... like how you think about certain things. Like I don't want you to hold it all in, and I want to be more than your woman. Like I want to be your best friend as well. Like I want you to be able to tell me how your day was, and like, all right, babe, well, da 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 da.
Believe it or not, that sounds really good logically. All right, now I'm gonna break this thing.
That's not reality.
That's not reality. All right, that's what it should be. And I ask you the question. Do you think you really want to know how a man feel? Why?
It depends on the thoughts.
Why? No, because this is the thing. When a man starts really being real and he starts really opening up on 100% of the topics that's going on the inside, then you will actually start seeing, like you said, men have feelings too.
Yeah.
What's going to start happening is men also got this expectation that if I express something to you and it's not getting done, then guess what? I'm going to bring it up again. Just the same way that females do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Like, and so now when a dude is like, man, you're nagging, the same thing can happen for a female, where a female like, yo, bro, you nagging. Now, this makes it even worse if a female starts saying that a dude is nagging, because where you were looking for this dude to lead you, you were looking for this dude to be your protection. Now you're saying, man, this nigga ain't nothing but a little. So this is why we hold in our emotions, or we don't tell you everything, because now it'll be seen like this dude could potentially be too emotional and he's acting like a female. All right. So it sounds good in theory, but man, that ain't reality, man. I'm trying to tell you something. So, and dudes, if you want to go ahead and you want to try it, you're going to try to tell your female how you feel all the time. Watch it.
Not all the time.
Man, you gonna lose respect, buddy. You're gonna lose respect. Gonna be a nagging
code.
brother.
Men, they want respect.
Hey, the truth is, that's how we feel loved.
Respect.
Straight up.
You gotta make him feel like the man.
You know what I'm saying? Be like, oh, and you want to know the worst thing is? When a female be like, I'm not feeding his ego. He just want me to feed his ego.
You better feed that man's ego.
You know what I'm saying? That's number one. Number two, females, I'm telling you, you could be pissed at me all you want to, or you could be single. You got two options. All right? Number two, I'm telling you, man, this is the reality of the matter. You want all these outside of finances and all that stuff. You want all this action from a dude or whatever the case may be. But the truth is, you ain't trying to feed his ego. And number two, you ain't acknowledging what he's doing. You're not appreciating. You're not praising this dude or whatever the case may be. And what you want, a cookie? Oh, you want, you supposed to do that. Oh, you want a cookie? What? Nah, nigga. Nah, you better appreciate me. Because the thing is, where it seemed like a brother want praise, the truth is, you're motivating him. And this nigga gonna go the extra mile for you because his goal is to make sure that you're good. Hey, Jess, when was the last time you were speaking to a brother?
All right, problem solved.
Yeah?
Sorry.
Let's go.
When was the
I had to
last
put out
time
the fire.
you were speaking to a, that's cool. When the last time you were speaking to a brother and that brother saying, so what you do for a living? Oh, okay. About how much do you make? When the last time brother did that? Hey, I challenge any female to come on here and say to us either through the comments or call us, when has your salary ever mattered to a dude?
You know what?
Not for nothing. I get that question quite often.
You know what? I think that's more of a female's perspective, like as far as how she thinks how much a man makes. Not every woman, but a lot of women want to be feeling like if she don't got it, you got it. You can handle the whole, living, the protection, the finances, because it's a big adult thing to have going on. Like us as men, I mean, I would never ask a woman what she makes or how much she makes for a living, because as long as she has her thing going on, she's happy, she can provide for herself. Right. And she can, also bring something to the table where if I lose my situation, my job, she could cover me till I bounce back. Because in reality, and in this reality, we are faced with men are to lead and not to be following after women as far as finances, because that shit makes you look weak, to be honest with you. And it's a competition without being a competition. We out here competing with other people, not on purpose, but others compete with us. So, if you put it into perspective, when a man goes to a woman and he sees her working at a McDonald's, but she's beautiful. Come on, bro. He's not likely to say, hey, I don't want to talk to you because you work at McDonald's.
It will never happen.
I want to talk to you because the first thing I see is a beautiful woman, and I'm thinking like, man, let me see what she's about before I even think about, she's making $12 an hour. Who gives a fuck?
Nah, but okay, so going back at working McDonald's, like, do you feel like if the man is really interested in you and he really, and nothing wrong with McDonald's if that's your first job.
No, if that's your 10th job,
if you
that man is gonna get your number.
I don't want to knock anybody if you're doing what you got to do, but if the man is really interested in you, he will show effort to try to get you to do better. Like, all right, well, how long do you plan on being here? Move you up, like
that's the point. All right, so that's what men do. Mm-hmm. That's what men do.
Real men.
You know what I'm saying?
Or men.
So
boys.
what's going to happen is what I've actually seen where there were some women that was at that state that actually became toxic because they thought that the dude that they were with that was too good for them.
What do you mean?
So they was like, this dude, he has this job, he makes this amount of money or whatever. So they become toxic, trying to revert back to the type of dudes that they would normally deal with. Mm-hmm. And then they would be like, yeah, this is, I ain't saying all females do that.
No, it can go one of two ways. Either that dude is going to motivate you to do better and you're going to want to do better. Or like you said, it's going to revert back to toxic ways or the dudes that they're used to.
because they just like, yo, you know what? This ain't gonna last anyways. This was a good ride or whatever the case may be. Now, that's what going back to the topic at hand. The dude doesn't mind if she works at McDonald's or Walmart because she gonna level up because she with us. Period.
I can see that. But you know what? If think about it too, like,
but females ain't got that mindset. Go ahead.
All this delusion about, you know, a woman being extremely beautiful, right? Like, straight up, all these pretty ass girls or whatever.
Yeah.
And they mostly expect to end up with that millionaire. Like,
but is your mind pretty?
Like, what is the chance that you're gonna get that millionaire? And even if you get that millionaire, what is the chances? What are the chances that he's gonna even want to stay with you just because he knows he selected you by finances?
I'm glad
you're not gonna stay pretty forever.
Hey, this is when the podcast get real good right here.
like the thing is. Like, the thing is, when I think about it, dog, like,
talk your talk.
Everybody wants to be rich. Not everybody, but most people want to be rich. Most people want to feel comfortable. Most people want to say, hey, I'm going to get up and buy this $20,000 lawn chair. Let's, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, they want to pick up and do anything they want, right?
You heard that?
But they want.
I just burped in the mic, nigga. You heard that? It's crazy.
They want the smallest percentile to just be projected straight to them. And they want to compete with each other to think that it's going to happen to them. Like, what are the chances? Won't you be a hustler by yourself? Like, it's a lot of women who do this shit on their own, and they don't need nobody to do it.
Hey, before we go too far off, dog, that's a powerful topic you got going right there. Because I see a lot of reality versus what should be or what could. I see a lot of females talking about they want a dude that's making six figures. All right? And for the life of me, I really don't know why. Because it just sounds like they want to be moochers. They want to quit their job.
What's the percentile, though? You know what I mean?
So this is the thing, right? If we're talking about every man in the United States that's making six figures, hear me. 5% of the men in the United States population make six figures, over $100,000.
Ridiculous.
That's 5%.
Ridiculous.
Right? Let's go to the African American community. All right. Out of the 5%, 1%. And please don't be stupid enough to be like, cite where did you get these numbers from? Nigga, you do your own research. You do your own research. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you want me to do research, just go and ask 10 of your friends if they make over six figures.
I would like to go to a jazz
10 of your
club.
friends.
Actual friends.
To a comedy show
Actual friends.
Like, for real,
that
for real.
kind of stuff.
If they make over six
Versus,
figures.
you know, just trying
Because
to
let me
always
give you the reality of it. All right?
Your own research.
You a female.
I'm going to tell you
that
right now,
got
if you want me to
kids.
do research, just go and
All
ask
right?
10
Ain't
of
nothing
your
wrong with
friends.
having kids. But you got
Yo,
these
they
high
make over six
expectations
figures.
of a man
Well,
that's going to make six
Actual
figures.
friends.
First of all, if he's in the
Actual
1
friends, like, for real.
percentile African American
If they
man
make
is making
over
six
six
figures,
figures,
you
because
think you're
let me
his
give
top
you the
choice? And if
reality
you
of
think
it.
so, why?
All right?
What will make you think
You a
you're his top
female
choice? Because the
that
fact
got
of the matter is, and I'm going to look in the camera
All
for this
right?
one.
Ain't nothing wrong with having
The fact
kids,
of the matter
but you
is,
got
if
these
you
high
didn't help him
expectations
build
of a
it,
man
he
that's
has
gonna
no
make six
reason
figures.
or no purpose
First of
to
all,
make
if
sure
he's
that
in the
his
1
faithfulness
percentile
belongs to
African
you.
American man is making six figures, you think you're his top choice?
If you
And
didn't help him
think so,
build
why?
it to get to where
What make you
he
think
is,
you're his top choice? Because
there's
the
no
fact of the
guarantee that his
matter is-
faithfulness
and I'm
will
looking at
belong
the
to that
camera for
woman.
this.
That's true.
The fact of the matter is, if you didn't help him build it, he has no reason or no purpose to make sure that his faithfulness belongs to you.
Let me check it real quick.
And that's, hey
Hold on, say
man,
that
that's on
again.
God and all of them.
If you didn't help him build
So,
it
I mean,
to get to
what-
where he
What do you
is,
expect, Jess?
there's no guarantee that his
like,
faithfulness
the type
will
of
belong to
dude-
that woman. That's true.
Versus, you know, in your mind.
They
I
are.
ain't trying to be disrespectful.
No, not at all.
The type of guy that hangs around in your mind that you know you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be with him because he got this, he got that.
And that's, hey man, that's on God and
Like,
all
what
of
kind
them.
of man are you expecting to have?
So I mean,
Versus, you
what-
know, reality
what
of
do
what
you
you
expect,
believe
Jess?
you can have.
like what, like
Reality,
the type of
I know
dude
my hustle.
versus
I
you
work
know
hard.
in your mind. And I ain't
work
trying
hard,
to
I
be
want
disrespectful.
No, not at all.
I
The
mean,
type of guy that hangs around in your mind
like,
that you know you're
match
like,
my
oh
hustle,
yeah,
if
I'm
not
gonna be with
elevate
him
it.
because he got this.
Like, that's the
he got
number
that
one thing
going
in my
on for
head.
himself. Like what
Because
kind of
I
man are
wanna
you
flip.
expecting to have?
I don't wanna
Versus
just
you know
stay
reality of what you believe you can have.
I mean, that makes sense.
Like, that's the
Reality,
number one. Like,
I know my
my
hustle.
like hard worker, like a hustler who has goals, who has dreams.
A man who has this, like, who can match my hustle.
You have your passport.
Have your passport.
That's another requirement of mine.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
I feel like that's a simple requirement.
I mean, that makes sense.
That's not
Now
hard.
look,
Like, that's the
I'm
number
gonna
one,
keep
like,
this real with you. I'm
my,
looking
like,
in the comment.
a hard
I'm looking in the
worker,
comments,
like a hustler who has
and
goals,
there's
who
one
has
person that
dreams.
said men will want you to do better, not boys, and that's on God,
Have your
man,
passport.
right?
Hey,
But
on
the-
God.
Have your passport.
But
That's
another
another
one,
requirement.
another one I listened to actually said that women
I feel like that's a
want
simple
men
requirement.
to be better
That's
as
not
well.
hard.
And I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. That's
No
those
doubt.
ride or die women,
And
right?
there's one
But then
person
I'm
that
gonna tell you,
said
as we
men
get
will want
older,
you to do better,
those
not
same
boys.
women will be like,
And that's on
nah,
God,
you know
man.
what? I did
Right?
that in my
But,
20s.
But
Nigga,
You did it for the wrong one. You didn't do it for
Another
the
one
right
of our
one.
listeners actually said,
Let me keep
that
this real
women
with you, man.
want
When I was out
men
here trying to be in these
be
streets,
better as well.
you know what I'm saying?
And I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. That goes out.
Because I was out in the streets, but I would.
It was parked on someone's
But
block.
then
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I wasn't about. I wasn't about the life that these people really about out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? But when I was trying to be out here in these streets, you know, I never forget the day, dog.
When I was out here
my
trying
wife
to
hit
be
me
in
with
these
the, hey,
streets,
Omar,
you
I
know what I'm
love
saying?
you, but if you
That's
don't
you heard me say
change,
trying.
I can't.
Because I was out in the streets, but I
It was parked on
And-
someone's block.
you know what I'm saying?
I never forget, I told my
wasn't about,
homeboys,
I
dog.
wasn't about the
And
life that
homeboys
these people
was
really
like,
about.
Yo, she
out
gave
here
you
in
the
these streets.
ultimatum?
You know what I'm saying? But when I was trying to be
Bro,
out here,
leave her, bro.
I never forget
I was
the
like,
day,
man.
dog, you know what I'm saying? When my wife
I wanted
hit
to
me
say
with
you
that,
right,
hey,
man, but
Omar,
I
love you,
took a
but
look
you
at my
don't change.
homeboy.
I
I
can't
said,
be here.
nah, bro, I'm out of here, bro.
And
Because y'all don't
I
have
never
what I
forget, I
want.
told my homeboy,
And what she was saying
and my
is a
homeboy
life
was like,
that I want to
yo,
live.
she gave you the
And so
ultimatum?
I ain't much gonna lie. I cut them off for like a year.
Bro.
I still talk to them.
I was like,
I cut them off for
man.
like a year so that
I
I can
wanted to
make
say
the
you
judgment.
right, man, but I
And to this day,
I took
from
a look
that
at
day
my homeboy,
until now,
and I said,
man,
nah,
I love
bro, I'm outta
every
here, bro.
progressive moment
because
that
y'all
I
don't
had in
have
my
what
life.
I want. And
But
what she was
guess
saying
what, ladies?
is life.
That was a man that wanted to keep that woman because he made a change. Because not only he just wanted to keep her, but he saw a woman that wanted what was best for him.
Yeah.
All right.
And I feel like if a man really wants you or is really interested in you, he's not going to play around with you. Men know what they want and they go for it. And they're going to put in that effort.
Effort.
Hey,
let's talk about effort. If we talking about effort, now I know I always talk about women, but hey, listen, I'm going to put y'all on game. You know what I'm saying? If y'all go ahead, if the women continue to always chase after this dude and this dude ain't relentlessly coming after you,
he don't want you.
he don't want you, man.
Give it up. Of course he gonna, feed into the BS because he want to hit.
Straight up.
Of course.
Straight up. Hey, let me tell you something. People get mad at me every single time I say this. But it's cool.
All right,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I put the fire out again, man. This is the only reason I'm on the phone. Because it's... Ooh, sorry. It's just... I had to adjust. I had to...
Man, it's cool,
It's
man.
this thing is just like really on the 10 or something. I don't know what's going on with it. But back
Because
to...
we speaking facts.
So, oh, shit. All right. Okay, let me catch up. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm
You good. I actually forgot what I was going to say. Thanks a lot.
Why? Look, I mean, I can't see y'all comments. I wish I could. I want to see y'all comments so bad. I'm trying to adjust this thing. And please mind, take into account that we just started and ain't no excuses as far as, revamping again. But still, we're doing this again. Our shit is a little shaky, but definitely will be perfect along the way. So keep watching, keep sharing, keep liking, keep subscribing, tell your peoples, do whatever.
Yeah.
As long as you can hear me now and we're good, no echoes, I don't have no issues.
I just remember what I was going to say.
Go ahead, dog. My bad.
I know y'all hear me talk about this a lot, man, but let me keep this real with you, dog. For the women, I know you want to have sex too. And in this generation, man, women have become hyperly active with sex. You know what I'm saying? I think it's because they feel as though that's what's going to keep a man. But I'm going to keep this real with you. If you're just trying to have sex and just have a good time, you go ahead and live your life. But if you really want to know if a dude wants you for you, I promise you, if you hold out on the cookie, even though you want it, if you hold out on the cookie, on God, that man either gonna leave you or he gonna stay because he sees something greater in you.
Let me tell you something. Hey, don't hold out on the cookie on me.
You know what?
We ain't playing.
That nigga said,
we not playing.
Don't do that. That nigga said, don't do that.
We
to
ain't
me.
playing all that. If that's my goal, we ain't doing all that. We
But
do
if
that.
that's your
I'm
goal,
out.
you're not gonna leave it.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm
I'm
gonna tell you
out.
this. I'm gonna tell you this. If you
I'm
hold
just
out the
playing, I'm
cookie
just
on this nigga right here, your personality, probably, I'm telling you, man, you be like, wow, this is a dope chick. You know what I'm saying? Wow, man. I'm talking about he starts seeing more and more. Why? Because sex blinds you. It
All the time.
blinds you, man. You
All
get
the
what I'm
time.
saying? And so the reality of the matter is, because that dude is giving you that good D, you actually realize this nigga wasn't paying bills. You was cash apping that nigga. You understand? You be like, hey, let me get $40 this week. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, vice versa. Vice versa. Because, that female got that guap.
Damn.
Yeah. Nigga, that guap, nigga.
Super soaker 3.
You know what I'm saying? And when she done, look that chick in the eye and be like, I get paid this Friday. Know what I'm saying? Hey, you didn't recognize that she got 3 McDonald's cups still in her room that she had from last week.
Come on.
You completely forgot that her mattress was on the floor because she gave you that guap in the car.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I got back to red flags, but the point I'm trying to say is, dog, it's about the reality. Reality versus what should be. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
Just like relationships aren't 50-50 for me. It's 100-100. We gotta both.
Here we go.
put
Here we go.
in
Here we
the
go.
work.
Here we go. You gotta
put
preach.
in the work.
You gotta preach that though.
Well, what if I kind of disagree?
100.
I don't know, dog. I can't.
What if I kind of disagree?
I agree with her though, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you.
What's your disagree? I want to hear it.
I want to see. I want to know what's your percentile when you say 100%, right? Please be descriptive on what you mean by 100. I know what it means to me.
Nigga, what it mean to you then,
Oh
nigga?
no. Just said it. Let her say. Let her express it first, because you know what? Throughout the time,
She said it first. So
No,
that's
I
fair,
know.
that's fair.
But throughout my experience in life, throughout how everything has gone, and throughout the people that I've encountered, has me saying 100. It does not mean that you paying financially with me 100.
No, this is not financial.
That's
at
not
all.
what I mean. I mean, if you break it down into a home, we come into a home and we're together, and we have bills, we have a mortgage, we have a life where we pick up kids, we have a life where we do groceries, all that kind of stuff. If you want to split it into a list of things, yeah, 100% of me is putting in most of the work in the bills in the mortgage, right?
Wow.
That right there,
Wow.
that right there, just in a breakdown of my reality, is a shared thing, but it's my responsibility. Yet you, as a woman, have my back as far as, I don't know, and I'm not telling you to go fucking pay a Comcast bill, which is cable. I'm telling you, hey, if you go ahead and pay that small bill, that's on you. I could take care of it, but it's okay if you do it. But you got my back because you see, hey, this nigga does everything, and I'm gonna help to relieve him. Because at the same time, you should not put all pressures on a guy. Yes, he is the leader of the home, but if you keep putting all the pressure on him, how do you think he comes home? Do you think he comes home expecting to have his foot rubbed? And I'm not saying y'all supposed to be out here doing this, ladies.
Nah, but at least have dinner ready like a couple
but
nights out the week.
But
type
all
shit.
he expects, if he takes care of everything, he expects it on demand, right? Am I not? Am I lying?
Yeah, that's the
Right?
expectations, I feel
But
like.
if you go ahead and serve him a platter of help, meaning finances, or going to pick up the kids when, you know, it's kind of out of his way, you do it
Nigga, I
instead.
almost
Or
did a
you
jumping
know-
jack, nigga.
Or you know what I mean?
You know
Or-
he gets off at 6 o'clock and the house still, like, why is the house dirty?
Yeah,
he
or
don't,
shit
he
like
just
that.
worked
Or-
hard. He don't want to come home to a dirty house.
That's what I mean. If you do
Or he probably
things
hungry.
to pick up that slack, mind you, it's not a percentage of a slack,
It comes in right there.
but you do things to pick up the slack of saying,
What's up, people?
hey, I'm gonna help you out because this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm putting my 100% in this relationship, not necessarily finances, but I'm doing my part. That shit makes a huge difference to a man, just as it would to a female, because we shouldn't be out here walking into the house just because we pay the bills, not doing shit. If the garbage is fucking full, take that shit out. Be that man who takes it out. Don't expect her just because she's home all day to do it. Now, it's like little shit like that you have to put into perspective to share the wealth of what you guys do for each other.
Dog, all I'm really hearing you say, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, all I'm really hearing you say, I agree with you. I agree with the way you presented the 100. I like that. All I'm really hearing you say is everybody that's like, both parties got to pay attention.
That's it. Well, that's where communication comes in also, man. Talk about it. Say it.
Hey. Work.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Is that not reality?
I know we talk about like communication or whatever the case may be, but this is the truth, man. You know how they say the truth hurts? Well, let me tell you something. When you start communicating, and you just start communicating, people start to freaking misinterpret what you're saying.
Oh, all the time.
And when they start misinterpreting what you're saying, then they start feeling some type of way.
All the time.
And then that's when the arguments or whatever the case may be. So now, I was speaking to my homeboy the other day, and he was just like, "Hey, listen, it's about how you present what you just said. It's not about what you say; it's about how you say it.
Yeah,
I'm really
all
big
the
on
time.
that.
All the time.
You know what I'm saying? So instead of me having a conversation, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, you know, hey, when you do this, then it makes me feel this way, right? And, you know, I would like for you to do this, right? And then the person was like, well, nigga, you think you perfect?
See,
Because
kind of
I asked you to do something the other day, and did you do it? Did you do it? So, you know what I'm saying? And so then that's where it starts going back and forth. Like, you know what, nigga? I actually brought this up because I wanted some peace between us, right? So that being said, one of the things I wanted to share was this. Instead of saying the way I feel when you do this, I say, hey, baby, come take a shower with me. Hey, baby, come watch TV with me. Instead of saying
inclusion.
Instead of saying you don't take, hey, baby, do me a favor, pick that up for me. You know what I'm saying? I got my hands full. Pick that up. So instead of be like, I'm doing all the work, this nigga ain't doing nothing.
But if a woman has to ask you to do things multiple times, do you feel like you're paying her any mind or paying her attention? Like, or if you have to ask a man to do too many things, like if you got to ask him to go cut the grass every weekend, and this nigga not thinking in his mind, this is his responsibility in a sense of being a man, and he's like, fuck,
I got something,
pouting and shit.
I got something for that. Like, I upgraded from that, but I remember when I was there.
What do you mean? Like,
nigga, I remember when I was there. I remember when I first got married. You know what I'm saying? And nigga, the garbage can was full, nigga. Nigga, I'm playing a game. Nigga, I'm playing a video game, nigga. And my wife was like, you don't see the garbage? I said, nigga, you don't see the garbage? Nigga, we both see the garbage. We both see it, nigga.
You see?
You know what I'm saying? But I'm playing a game. I'm busy. I was home. Anyways. So she was like, Omar, take the garbage out. Right? So she would always tell me to take the garbage out. So one day, dog, I was coming home from work, bro, and I literally was like, you know what, nigga, I'm going to take the garbage out, nigga. I'm going to take the garbage out. I know it's full. I got home, took the garbage out. You know what I'm saying? Guess what I'm expecting?
Thank you.
She ain't say nothing.
But why are you expecting that, though?
Because, nigga, I don't take the garbage out. So, look, check me out. Now, this was my 21-year-old mentality. Nigga, I pay all the bills or whatever. That's why I say I understand what they're saying, but it's wrong. So just follow me. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? 2 weeks straight, nigga, I'm taking the garbage out. Guess what I'm expecting?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Not even a thank you, nigga. Like
some praise.
I
or something?
see you. Something.
Some praise.
Something, nigga.
Yeah.
It's a difference in my behavior. You understand what I'm saying? So,
acknowledge it.
So check me out, nigga. The very next day, I don't take the garbage out. And guess what happens?
She gets mad.
You don't see this garbage? For 2 weeks straight, nigga. I took the garbage out. And now you want to notice that the garbage? And you want to know what her response was? It's because you're supposed to. What should versus reality.
Yeah.
And so this is the thing. If she had used positive reinforcement at that particular time, what would have happened is I would have saw that it made her happy. And because making her happy is something that's important for me, guess what I would have kept doing?
You would have kept taking out the
I'd
garbage.
have kept taking out the garbage, dog. All it took was an acknowledgement, but that was just too much because I ain't no little boy. I'm not her son. I'm not her child. It ain't something that she's supposed to. And that's just that's the little compromise. And for that reason, dog, when you start talking about 100 ain't just activities. 100 is everything,
of
bro.
course,
That's why
of
I
course.
said 100 and not 50-50.
You know what I'm saying? But look, what happens when you give 100, and this is where I disagree. What happens when you give 100, but they don't?
But this is the thing.
Is
All right.
it over a period of time, or is it all the time?
This is the problem.
Over a
This is
period
the
of
problem.
time.
Okay, over the period of time, that's fine, right? This is the problem, in my opinion, with relationships that end up failing because of the 100 falling out. If you go ahead into a relationship fresh out the box, everybody's putting their 100% effort to keep and to improve and to impress, right? If you're going to do that in the beginning, why can it not stay throughout the entire relationship? You know why that happens? Because somebody fails. That 100% goes down to 70 from somebody. And then you see it trickle down lower and lower and lower. The lowest it gets is where you start questioning, where you have anger, where you talk behind the person's back, where you don't even want to see them. Because that person left their 100 back at the door because that's where it started. That's the problem.
Absolutely. So now what happens to that relationship?
It's diminished. It's over.
For that reason is why I don't agree with the 100. I understand what you're saying. It makes sense. But I don't agree with the 100.
Man, I got to stick to it, dog. I think
That's cool because this is my perspective on that situation. I believe, and this is what I think real love is. I give you 100% expecting nothing in return.
Yeah.
Because what happens is if you adopt the same mentality and I have the same mentality, we're going to be at a competition of who could serve each other. You ain't, dog, that right there.
That's real love.
That right there is powerful.
I agree.
So the moment that I give 100 and you stop giving 100, now my love has conditions.
so. Love is in expectations.
There's two types of love. There's conditional love and there's
And
unconditional love. And then the love that lasts forever, not to sound, I feel so corny saying this junk, dog. The love that really lasts is the unconditional love. Now, this is a risky type of love because this is the type of love that's going to make you feel like you're being walked on, you're being stepped on at some point in time. But in the long run, you have to believe that you're setting the tone or you're leading by example.
But if you feel like that you're walked on and stepped on at a certain point in the relationship, isn't that still saying that 100% was left at the door?
That's saying that, but guess what? You're leading by example. You're actually showing them that, hey, listen, when you didn't deserve my love, I'm still giving you my love. So now when you see that, this is now at some point going to motivate you to be like, dang, man, now I'm going to reciprocate what you're giving.
But you know what? That's like telling someone to keep you happy.
Say that again.
That's like telling someone to keep you happy because no one should be expected to keep you happy.
Gotta keep yourself happy.
You got to keep yourself happy.
And that's how you continue to do 100% expecting nothing in return. Because if my happiness is based on what you do for me, then I'm expecting for you to keep me happy.
We're in for a rude awakening.
My happiness is based on how happy I make you. So what I mean by that is everything that I'm doing, this is why I'm going at 100. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing because it makes me feel good to make you feel good. And eventually,
that makes sense. That makes sense. That's where you just lowered and eliminated your expectations. Because guess what? That same person that you desire and that you want, all you want to do is see them smile and be happy.
that's what makes me happy.
But at the same time, you should not be the one to be contributing to the
Responsible
way
for that.
they stay happy.
I'm glad you say you should not be because that's not reality.
That's not
No,
reality.
not at all.
So we got
Not at all.
Now when we set these expectations, this is how we get left. This is how we get left behind, or this is how we leave out. We leave on these relationships, right? And believe it or not, jumping from relationship to relationship, you're practicing divorce. Because when it gets hard,
I
you out.
I disagree with that.
Relationships require a lot of forgiveness. Relationships require a lot of effort and put the work in.
Yeah, of course.
Your partner's gonna do things that you don't agree with. They're gonna do things that you don't like. Like, you don't gotta like me every day, and you're not gonna like me every day.
No, that's not realistic. But I'll say this though.
But if you love me, and if you're willing to work through it, we get past it, right?
Fact.
No, facts.
But the thing is, whether you are left in a relationship or whether you are the one to leave, every relationship has its learning points,
Absolutely.
no matter what it is. So if you jump from relationship to relationship, that's you desiring to be with someone and you trying to find that person in your own way. Now, if you're going to find them in a long time, who knows? If it's going to be like the next person up, who knows? But the thing is, from every relationship that you experience, you take a piece of bad and good. And guess what? From the bad and good, this is how you judge your next one, whether to avoid certain situations or whether to take them on because you know exactly what you got the last time.
So what was the purpose of, all right, so check me out. Before you go into a relationship, what are you supposed to do?
What do you mean?
Before I say you are my woman.
Get to know the person. Get to know if you really want to deal with them. Do
So
we have
that
the
is-
same? Do we have the same views?
So how is it that you go from relationship to relationship if that was done first?
Because
everyone's ignoring it because they're letting the sex blind them. A lot of people
It's
are
not only-
building
it's-
relationships.
It's not only about the sex.
You better
It's not
explain
only about
yourself.
the sex.
Nah, but
Explain yourself.
It's what you are given versus reality, because it's the same thing. I could show a woman, I open the door for her every time she comes to the car, right? And 6 months later, I fucking stop.
Exactly.
All of a sudden, right? I stop. Guess why I stopped?
'Cause that ain't
because
you,
it
nigga.
likely was not me.
Come on, bro.
That's the thing.
Did you? But hold on, wait.
That-
You proving my point. You freaking proving my point.
Go ahead.
Because look, before I get into a relationship, I'm not going to take a week to say, you know what? I want to make you my woman.
Nah,
It's not
it
going to.
takes
You see what,
time.
bro? I want to see what your habits are. So I'm going to, before I call you my woman, before I introduce you to my homies, my family, or anything, I am going to, you said 6 months? Guess what? I'm like, yo, she started cooking for me. She came to my crib, bro, and she just cleaned up. And then out of nowhere, bro, 4 months later,
She stopped cleaning up.
nigga, she stopped cleaning up.
I'm not gonna lie, I did that a few times.
You know what I'm saying?
But look, oh my God.
Just to get some cool points.
Okay, look, I'm not knocking us, but what did you do or what did the person do to fail the woman? Because it's not always because she's not like that.
I just use the
just
woman,
the other
bro.
way. No, just the other way too. Because
The other way as well.
however ways that somebody stops doing things, it could either not be them or maybe that person is failing to realize what they should or could be doing for the other person. Now, you don't owe anybody anything. But if you're showing a different person from the beginning, people fall off easily. It's that simple. So it's like if you weigh out every relationship, everything's different. Every moment, every way that everybody analyzes is different. But so it depends on what someone takes on in to be offended, to feel like they need to be like backing off, or if they feel like they need to be putting more on because they want to help. You feel what I'm saying?
Hey, look at my dog, bro.
Time is
That's what I think it is.
Yeah, that's Riza.
Hey.
so Riza waits 2 years for a good reference time.
Hey, listen. I was just excited to see. her.
What's
2
up,
years a
Riza?
long
What's
time,
going on?
man. Hey, yo. 2 years a long time. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. But that is enough. I mean, for her, that's enough time to see some habits. You know what I'm saying? You want to give an extended amount of time so that you can observe habits. People in their feelings too much, dog.
All the
they're
time.
sensitive.
What I'm saying, and don't
All the
forget
time.
being sensitive. Like,
But-
you just get so engulfed in who you like.
From
Because
my-
you freaking like them.
But from my experience, though, too, because what I do is I look for red flags. I look for habits. Like, that's my first thing. Like, I know within the first month if I'm going to continue or not. But guys, from my experience, and it normally takes about 3 to 6 months for them to start changing up. Like, yeah, he's opening,
see what I'm saying?
Opening
Yeah.
doors and
Yeah, I get
everything,
it.
and then he stops. And then
I'm telling you.
things change.
I'm single right now. My wife's the last woman I'm opening doors for all the time. I swear to God.
Listen, remember what I said last time? You gotta just
Last time I'm
listen
trying
to
to tell you, boy, this-
people.
My wife
Listen to
getting
people.
everything out of me right now, boy. I tell you, y'all, the world better hope we stay together forever.
Y'all put in enough time. Y'all know how to make it work.
No, we making it work. What I'm
Exactly.
saying is, you know what I'm saying? God forbid, she passed away or she just say, you know what, Omar, I don't want you no more. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is,
You're
if
not
I'm single out
opening
here in
doors
these
no more?
streets, this the last time I'm giving this much energy.
Damn,
I'm trying to
dog.
tell you, my wife get 100% of this. It's over. It's over, dog. Because this the thing. It's not just about how the women. It's about the men too. All I'm saying is focus on these behaviors.
Yes.
And be like, oh man, he opened the door for me. Oh, he took the tab for me and whatever. Let me tell you something. On God. I normally always talk against the females or whatever, but this for a dude as well. You know what I'm saying? If you looking for a dude that's going to lead financially, all right. If y'all been dating for 6 months and that nigga ain't say, hey man, what your cell phone bill is, or what your light bill is, nigga, how much you pay for your mortgage? I'm sorry, your rent. How much you pay for your rent? You understand what I'm saying? If he ain't asking these questions and he ain't just, zelling you the cash or whatever the case may be, if you're asking him for $40 and he ain't doing it, that's not his character. You can expect this. This could be a financial argument when y'all become a thing in the future.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he's not demonstrating these things right now. And that's just on the dude side. A dude can't expect for a female, on the flip side, a dude can't expect for a female to cook and clean for him if they've been together and she started cooking and cleaning for the first 3 months and then that junk just stopped cold turkey. Come on, bro.
That brings up something that I just thought of. Like, one of the biggest things that can affect a relationship or even the beginning of a relationship is if you invest too much of your finances into the relationship, whether it's a woman or a man. Like, if a woman starts buying you kicks off rip and she wants to keep you dressed off rip and you're like falling for like, oh shit, she getting materialistic shit for me. Like, you're going to be like, hell yeah, I want to fuck with her. Like, whether or not it's a true relationship or what if it probably isn't, maybe, who knows, or whether or not, it's based off of it's either materialistic or it's more like I got you around just because you're enough. Because it started off as finances. That could go for a man too, because I personally won't buy out a woman. Like, why would I buy you out? Because in that reality, you're not there for me. You're not there for my personality. You're there for what I could do for you.
Absolutely.
And automatically, I'm already losing the game. Because if I don't give you enough, you judge me in a certain type of way.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can't buy a drink for me and my friends?
Oh, fuck no.
Listen, I gotta come through.
You a
with the
broke
saying.
nigga.
Yeah, it could be her love language, but
I was gonna touch on that. Gift giving may be her love language.
Yeah, I get it.
After Sunday said,
Yeah,
but
she could move on
what?
then.
Nah, come on, y'all know I gotta come through with one of them old sayings that don't really make sense. But you know how they used to say, like, oh, you buy a man a pair of shoes, he gonna use them same shoes to walk out your life.
Yeah, that
happens. That happens. Listen, I got a
home.
homeboy, man, and he's talking to a young lady, and this young lady, I ain't even gonna lie, I was like, man, where you find this one at? She buying everything for this nigga, dog.
She trying to trap.
Hey, she's buying everything for the nigga, and so and my homeboy go and say, hey man, let me keep this real with you, man. You got to stop what you're doing, because if you keep doing this, I'm gonna expect it for the rest of my life.
You gonna run out of money.
He told her that?
He said, yeah, man, let me go ahead and do this. And he said, because you trying to pay for everything, you know what I'm saying? I've never been in a relationship like this, and I like it. That nigga said, I like it.
I like it.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro.
He getting treated, dog.
I said, dang, dog. Dog, the female out here treat you like a female? He goes, I ain't gonna lie. I like it. She buying everything, nigga.
No way. That's
So
the
what
thing, man. I'm going to feel weird, man.
The point I'm saying with that is, dog, the way you start the relationship is the way you maintain it.
Yes.
If you started off one way and you can't maintain it the way you started, it's over.
Fact.
It's over, dog.
Man, this.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's the reality of it, man. But
So let me have your final thoughts on this topic, man. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead, Jess. Ladies first.
Put in the work. Ooh. Put in the work.
That's it?
Apply some pressure. Women are naturally submissive if you lead the right way.
There you go. Ooh.
Hey, you keep on living your life off of what should be. Reality gonna hit you in the face. Bam! I'm telling you.
Smack you.
And then you gonna be sad, man. You gonna be real, real sad. Talk about, oh, that nigga ain't nothing. He just blah, blah. All right. Better get right. Better get right. Reality is real.
Well said, my brother. What? It was the voice for me, dog.
Nah, I'm just saying, dog.
Preach.
So, honestly, I apologize for the sound, and it will not happen again. It was a good topic. It was a good night.
It's like a relationship we're building up.
And we about to leave. Call it next week, dog.
Call in next week. It's all right. So as far as this topic, honestly, what should be and what could be is up to you. How you perceive it, what you bring to your reality, and keep it tight. Be fair and love one another. Peace.